Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, collective. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Mirror Mirror. Now, you can outsmart your narcissist, and at the same time, you can embrace shamelessly loving on yourself on all levels. Mirror Mirror is my second channel. My first platform was on the Grey Rock. Both platforms were geared so that you could enjoy claiming your life back from those feckless people that do not do their lives well. Well, we're not going to worry about them doing their lives well. I want you to do your life well. This channel was created for the fun of it, because I enjoy doing this. I did it for 3 years before. And now, on Mirror Mirror, I teach you to come on in out from being out in the cold, the Five of Pentacles, being let out into the cold by their manipulations. And I was having to put up with these obnoxious people. I promote you submerging yourself in you and your most authentic self. Not only to grow your soul, to make your soul crow. Now, the title is Lots of Dirty Mind Games Narcissists Play. And they know you are fed up. They're counting on it. Hashtag narcissist, hashtag tarot, hashtag spirituality. This tarot reading is about the degree that you need to shamelessly love yourself, not in a conceited way. You are holding your heart open, fully open to yourself, because a lot of us humans have been conditioned to keep that heart closed, because somehow that's going to protect you. No, it doesn't. That does the opposite. You do a lot better in life, scary as it is, to keep your heart chakra open even in the face of adversity, when people are just brutalizing you. Keep that heart open, because you're showing self-love practice to yourself. And by doing that to yourself on the inside, it will affect your toxic people and the toxic things in the world too, persons, places, and things. It'll start to affect them. That starts to change on the outside. Welcome to my channel. Again, a lot of you just call me Auntie. You can call me Auntie, A-U-N-T-I-E. They react to you with these dirty mind games. They react to you with toxic brutality because they're trying to go full Monty. They'll use loads of pessimism. They will try to bombard you and overwhelm you. This isn't hovering or love bombing. This is spiritual warfare. They have to overwhelm every conversation, control every conversation, micromanage every conversation. It's maddening for the non-narcissistic partner. Or quite anybody. Right now, I saw in my meditation this morning that they're at a dead end. This morning, for some of you, they're dying on the inside, metaphorically, because we're on YouTube. But they woke up in a nightmare, and you're not putting up with the recklessness of things going on in their head at night in a dream, and they wake up and take this out on you. They don't remember the dream, because you ask them, what was the dream? I don't remember. But they remember it was a nightmare, and that they were feeling emotional waves of shame and guilt and fear, and whatever they have cooked up in their own dreamscape is not your responsibility. This is the mind game. They're trying to make that your responsibility. Oh, come on now. They can't. And you're not putting up with it. To ruin your day and your eyes just popped open. You haven't even had a chance to go pee. Y'all need to get the children out of the room, because we do talk about adult things that we don't need to confuse the children any more than they already are, and having to be in their kid muchness and having to put up with grown-up rules and regulations because of their little kid social contract. Because I'm the mom and I said so. Say little kid social contract. They know better than to push that. Your toxic person, they're very weak-willed. This is why they think that they can just dump all this uncomfortable stuff in their own head and puke it out on you like offal. They lash out ruthlessly, and they sink into this really melancholy vibe. They'll go rage, 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 and then settle into this depressed melancholy, because they want you now to feel sorry for them after they just tore you a new booty. Well, now, do you see this? Mirror, mirror, keep training your thoughts, collective. This is how you beat them at this. These dirty little mind games that there's no set rules. They change the rules all the time. They don't tell you. You think that you're playing baseball in the middle of the night. They changed it to basketball and giving you're inferior because you didn't know that we changed it from baseball to basketball, and you're still talking about, got it? Dirty little mind games. Keep training your thoughts and empathy to yourself, because you're an empath, and turn your thoughts on all levels to compassion. Even for them, oh, they had a nightmare. Well, gee, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. But you're not taking it out on me. I show myself compassion by not letting you take it out on me. So you train your thoughts with meditation, and you cultivate absolute and ordinary compassion. Ordinary compassion. And authentic caring, even for your toxic people. They don't expect that. They go off and tell people that you never give them any kind of love on any level. Until you found my channel, they can't get away with that, can they? To forgive? Whatever they did to you 5 seconds ago, ouch, right? Ooh, ouch. Relax into that pain. This is what I do. This is in my opinion. You relax into the pain, as painful as the emotions feel. You sit there with them and you feel them. If you shove them down, push them away, you're just going to have to do that work later, compounded, even harder. Well, these emotions are painful. They feel painful, and they are painful until you, got it? Refuse to push the feelings away. So that the painful feelings will leave you alone. Your narcissist doesn't have the wherewithal to do this yet. They would have to want it and to use their free will. You can't force their free will. Now, if you see down those little ants in cowboy boots, one's a little ant is in a sheet like a ghost. Like if they ghost you, thank you, Holy Spirit, that you relax into whatever they're doing to you in the here and now. You don't go numb. You feel those emotions. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. And they're painful until you refuse to push the feelings away. So the painful feelings will leave you alone. You let the pain become changed into you using that pain to get on with your day. You're going to level up with it. You alchemize it. Torments of the mind, such as greed and hatred and delusion. Well, all three of those are the result of human beings' ignorance, which is the cause of every conflict that we face on this earth. Now, let me see. I can get over here. Hello, collective. They told me to do it this way, so I am. I do what I'm told to do. I'm sorry I'm so old I have to use my notes, but we'll get down to this in just a second now. Oh, and look, it's an ant. This is where my inspiration, can you see the little ant on my thumb? Oh, there it goes. And now it's on this tarot card. Here, go be wild, go be free. Ant be gone. But that's where I got my inspiration from, because I'm a gardener and we've got so many ants outside that they've decided, I guess, because it's summer, they're going to come inside too. Well, the first card that I laid out, here, we'll do this, shall we? Is, in my deck, this is your victory. This is you being successful. This is the Six of Wands, victorious beyond your wildest dreams. And you're being receptive right now. You've magnetized your soul so that, if you think about the past, if you think about the future, you get anxious either way. You're going to pull yourself out of alignment, and then you stop receiving. You're not supposed to be taking action. You're supposed to, that Six of Wands is you enjoying your success, enjoying your victory, enjoying your most best authentic self that you can possibly be, and staying grounded, balanced, and centered in the present tense. And you got one job, that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, sometimes problems seem insurmountable, but this card says that you overcame all of that on very many levels. You collapsed so many timelines that they were able to keep reconstituting in order to keep you down. Keep that boot on your neck, and you're not having it. You're tired of it. You're not hanging on to, thank you, Holy Spirit. You're not hanging on to those old limiting belief systems and connections, persons, places, things, but the one standing in front of you. Well, if they're engaging with you in real time in the here and now because they had a nightmare, they're going to take it out on you. You didn't sign up for that. They're totally gone, totally lost because they had a nightmare, and they think they're entitled to do stuff to you for that reason, which is no reason at all. Your person needs to learn how to show respect to others. And because you're in your most authentic self, that Six of Wands means they can't pull that rug out from under you. They can't keep you in a fog, keep you confused. And your true authentic self is your highest self. It has clarity. Theirs never does, or they don't listen to their highest self. They don't. They listen to that weaponized false self that judges anything that comes to them. If it's a threat, it'll unleash that weaponized mess on you. That meanness, that mean-spirited, have to win at all costs and are relentless. Never let up 24/7, 8 days a week for years. Not just a few minutes or it's a phase or something. They keep a running balance, like a checkbook is supposed to be a running balance. They have a special file in there from the day they met you in their little head of everything that they have judged that you did wrong. You lied to them, you betrayed them, you needed in them, you did this to them. You didn't do any such thing. This is all in their imagination, so that they use that to gin themselves up when they have an uncomfortable emotion or feeling that they can't hang on to because making them anxious, they're going to puke all that energy onto you. It's called projection. I love how your person's blaming you for everything. A nightmare, really. And everyone else, they're going to go to work. It's your fault. I had that nightmare because you were, they're lying. You were in my nightmare and you were and that poor person at work. That's their supply at work. Who's worked that person for 8 years, 24/7, 8 days a week, even on your day off. They're hammering everyone on their day off is a problem because they're not there to defend themselves. That is a dirty little mind game. Your person needs to be held accountable for every wretched level of chaos that they create. Oh, they're very creative. Your person's beyond, well, they're really out there on beam left, Scotty. That would be a reference to Star Trek. The original. We did that. We were the generation that got to watch it on TV before beta. You could record things. We were happy to see Star Trek every day and be left alone by our parents so that we could go off in the kid zone. Beam us up, Scotty. Any baby boomers out there, you leave me a comment. It was us. We got to see it first. Our parents were at work. And if you missed it, yeah, you had to wait until you were older and they came back in reruns. They got nervous tics. You know what their nervous tics are. That one eye will start twitching, or they get this specific little vein in their forehead throbbing. They make no sense. It was a dream. You're really going to try and take a dream out on me. And how well did that work last time? Because they have no memory. And they'll do to you, next time they think it's fresh and brand new and they're onto something and you're like, it's verbatim. They started da-da, then they did da-da-da-da. Then you set your watch by this next little monologue, little diatribe, little segue, right? You surrender to transform using personal powers to heal. That's your success, and they can't stand it. Clarity arises in you, and you're ready to give everything. All your secrets are being revealed. Big secret. I'm not doing this anymore. Are we clear, narcissist? Okay, in real time, let's start setting those boundaries. Because you interrupted me and wouldn't let me talk to you about our shared responsibility or obligation to the household or the child. Not doing this. Where are you going? See? A question, don't answer it. They're just going to try make you turn around so that you will, or you'll just stand there and take it or something, right? You never know what. Because there's nothing up here, nothing up here. And they're a narcissist. That's all they got. They keep on repeating themselves, and you're like, with mine, I said, I understood it the first 5 times you told me. I understood because you said ba, and you showed them that you understood. Do not say that to me again or I walk away. That's setting a boundary. You say it to me the 6th time, we are done. And no matter what, they're going to really try and rattle you as you're walking away. You do not turn around. You make them eat your dust. You go to your sanctuary. You go outside and do what you do out there. You go take a bath. You go read a book. You ignore them. Really hard. Why are you being mean to me? You're ignoring me and that hurts. You're hurting my feelings. Why are you doing that? Why did you do that to me? I don't have to answer your questions. La la la, la 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 la. And you just go on. I don't know. We also were the generation that had the banana splits. Our Saturday morning was groovy. How many baby boomers remember when we used to say groovy? 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4 banana splits, and I can't sing anymore probably. Copyright. But I'm making a reference to a program, a Saturday morning program that we watched in the 60s. Probably 68, 69, 7, around there. You can't tell they can't tell their own ass from a hole in the ground. All the children out of the room. Dealing with a hot mess is going to mean a mountain of patience. This isn't an adult. This is an adult that is got a 5-year-old stacking crates up, and they get up that little 5-year-old bratty little child looking out their eyes. There's a child in there. I don't care what. There's no gender in Tarot. Let yourself fall, relax, chill, refresh. Not doing it. That's all you say. Nope, nope, no. You want to argue with me and I'm not giving you what you want. Not doing it. Yeah, that's the first card. Hold on. First card that goes down is your success. You've been doing this for at least the last 5 days behind you until they wrapped their nightmare around, or tried to wrap their nightmare around your head and make it your responsibility and your burden that they're being cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for a really stupid reason. They had a nightmare and turned it into a dirty little mind game. So the last 5 days they've been trying in increments. And so apparently today they said, this'll do it. I had a nightmare. I'm telling you they didn't. Or if they did, they really believe that you're responsible for their nightmare. Somebody needs to grow up. Okay, let me see now. What crosses your success and your victory from now on, what crosses the situation is, you're not, they're crying over spilled milk because you ain't buying into it. This is what crosses your situation with how you handle them, trying to saddle you with their nightmare and make you responsible for their, you do you, you're responsible for you. You have no control over their subconscious, and everyone dreams. I swallowed a bug. Everyone dreams. They're trying to force you, is cognitive dissonance, is to force you. Your brain can't hold reality and, cognitive dissonance, something in you's going to go pop. Then you have to decide, I'm going to stick to the side of reality. Leave me alone. I don't need this. And you go on your way. They don't expect you to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I was moving around too much in the night and I was restless. I'm sorry. Maybe that gave you... See? And now, yeah, you're right. It's because you were moving around. And now they're going to destroy you because everyone moves in their sleep. So that our blood doesn't pool, I guess. Or you get tingly, your arm goes to sleep or something. We move all the time. Now they're going to make it so you really are going to try and sit still all night so you don't move. From now on, forever and ever and ever is crazy. So, They're crying over spilled milk now because these 2 cups here, this is you, because you are a divine chosen one. You work for the divine, if you know it or not. You're a light worker. You're an earth angel. You're just a normal person who digs God a lot. And he digs you back. This is you and the divine saying, oh, they tried this at 10, they tried this at 10, they tried this. To spill all this onto you is nothing you can do about it, that they had a damn dream. And you tell them that. Boop! To snap them out of it. And what exactly am I supposed to do about this? I'm waiting. I thought so. I'm not doing this. You need to drop it. You're setting a boundary. And you go on your way. So you're learning to have fun doing this. They do not like it. So the basis of the situation is, are the children out of the room? In my deck, this card is sensing that they are extremely sexually frustrated. Well, our dreamscape has a release for that. We have special dreams, erotic dreams, because your body needs to spit something out. That energy out. It's holding it in. It can't be destroyed. Energy can't be destroyed. So the nightmare, it turns out, wasn't a nightmare. It was one of those special erotic dreams. And they're going to do this dirty mind game, because what they would really like to do, but they won't, they'd have to be vulnerable. And they've done so much to you. Yeah, they want to nail you, all the children out of the room. They want to have intimacy with you. And they know they're afraid to approach you with that, probably for a while. They have to be vulnerable. They have to change their behavior, because you're not going to reward them. And they won't be able to make it if they've just been awake for 15 seconds. Who would? That you're going to reject them in abandonment, and you're going to say no, you're going to those covers off, and you're going to go start your day. So they're afraid to ask you for intimacy. But this also for you means, with this, these are 2 6s, means emotional success for you in being able to love yourself authentically and get out of these little traps that they trying to bait you. That's what these dirty little mind games are. So that's the basis of the situation, is 2 6s. You are very successful. Let's see what those around you think. Those around you are like, I don't know what got into collective, but I really, 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 really like this version of collective. No people pleasing, especially that a-hole that they're with. Again, tarot doesn't have a gender. Women can be a-holes too, not just the boys. This is also you not laying down and dying, because they almost got you to that point where you just, F it. I didn't sign up for that. I've had enough. They've done to me. I'm just going to lay down and go, eep, and be no more. Just lay down and be no more. Just disappear and fade away, like from that Back to the Future movie where they kept looking at the photograph and his siblings were disappearing. They almost convinced you to do that. You didn't. Your spirit team said, what are you doing? See them hanging over you, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost? The divine, every angel, every spirit got your shadow to everybody, the Virgin Mother, Joseph, everyone. Every seraphim, every angel. How you doing, collective? We're asking for a reason. Are you really going to lay down and completely just give up? Because you would be ruining your destiny. That is not your sole purpose. To let this dirty mind-playing biscuit eater do this to you, that you actually convinced yourself to lay down and go, ew-whoop. And you said, you're right. What fun is there in just giving up in life? What fun is there in that? Look at it as a challenge, they said. Those around you, they knew that you were going to come around and that you were going to snap out of it with this person. If it's a person, persons, places, things, all of the above. They were patient. They love you and care for you. Those that are not toxic. They're not toxic. But they knew, no matter how long it took, they knew you at your core, who they know parts of your authentic self from before you were ever with this person. For some of you, not all of you, this is collective. What crowns you, that's the Ace of Cups. Your successes lead to your cup filled to overflowing. Every day, especially if you come to Mirror Mirror, I'm going to help you figure out how to be your most authentic self. Every single day. In increments on Mirror Mirror. You're becoming your most authentic self means you are becoming your higher self. That's the future version of yourself that lacks for nothing in life. In that timeline, there, the 6 and the 6. The 6 and the 6. That's that higher timeline that once you get in the groove, nothing can sandblast you out, especially a narcissist. Nobody can. That's the key to the first card to your success. Your cup is filled. That's standing in a lotus flower. Lotus flowers. Now listen up. Isn't nature wonderful? That wonderful flower, that serene flower, it comes up out of muck. That's like beauty coming up out of chaos. That's you. Your most authentic self in this card. Coming up out of all that toxicity where you weren't treading water. They never let you come up for air. And somehow you learned how to breathe through all kinds of different orifices, metaphorically, because we're on YouTube. They weren't expecting that's one of your successes. You doing things they do not expect. You're their undoing. And then you learn from it so that, see, they forget. And they'll go after you and you're like, this was from an argument we had 15 years ago, and now they're replaying verbatim the same tone of voice, the same amount of vitriol and brutality and viciousness. Yeah, it's like they repurpose it because at one point they run out. There's no new toxic juice. One trick pony. Toxic pony. Well, it's definitely in the future, Holy Spirit. Look at your inner child. She must be like all of 15 or 16. Look what happens when we grow our inner child. Look how beautiful that is. That's your inner child. Growing in beauty and always stay a little tiny child. That means you've healed yourself and progressed to. You learn from a certain age, I'd say 16 on up, to suppress your inner child so that it couldn't mature. You need your inner child to feel good. You need your inner child to laugh. Oh, don't you start. I went into such a laughing fit before I turned that camera on. It was like crying. I was crying. My sides hurt. I was laughing. That's a belly laugh. That's you going inside of yourself. And do they still do it where my brother they'd hold you down and real fast go on your stomach and then tickle you. You're going, oh, stop it. Okay. And now I'm going to tickle you. Oh, no. Stop it, quit. You know, you're doing that to your inner child. When your inner child is able to heal its wounds because you're allowing it to be free in your little adult, fully grown adult in the here and now space, in your heart space. Look what happens when you heal your inner child. You accept it and go play with it and laugh. It matures. You'll find more. You'll still have belly laughs, but it'll be more cerebral humor. Not slapstick or, children like things that are simple. Like, children think that farts are pretty funny. But as we grow up, we have issues with people farting. But children think farts are funny, man. And if more adults would just laugh, did you fart, Mama? Now you're both laughing. Mama's fully grown 60-something-year-old woman and you're full-grown ass adult. All the children out of the room. You still get to be children even when you are old. Is that second childhood? Leave me a comment if you know what a second childhood is. Excuse me, that's my throat chakra. Well, earlier I swallowed a bug. Probably a flying ant. Now then. In the future leads to. A lot of you in the last video yesterday, I told you need to bring St. Michael in and ask him permission because it won't work if you don't do it that way. And tell him to cut cords to fear, cords to narcissistic, toxic people, cords to self-deprecating, cut cords to wanting to be a people pleaser, be a you pleaser, doing you pleaser, and they will all fit into place and benefit from you finding your authentic self. This is the Emperor. This is you being and taking action. There's no gender, even if you're a woman. You're taking on the qualities of this card. And this is in the place of your hope and fear. You don't have any fear, so you told St. Michael yesterday to cut these cords and you thanked him then. Now that he's done it, you need to thank him now. I thank you now, St. Michael, for cutting those cords for me yesterday. I'm very appreciative. Because him doing that, because you told him or requested and gave him permission to do that, you have to give him permission. You just opened up several new venues, several new ways for things to be coming to you. These are all different things that are not bad at all. These are things that you have needed, not what you want or desire. That's your ego. You're bringing in the things that your heart space says that you need to be complete in your authentic self. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I like that. And the more you do that, you're going to watch out of the blue, one of those things that comes in. You did your prayers correct. You surrendered something that your narcissist mind games were perpetrated on you, and you turned it over to the divine. You said your prayers correct. You forgave them. You forgave yourself for whatever did or didn't go on, or but you just forgave it on all levels, so that you're clear and you can just go on and keep growing and being happy in your own skin. And this is them getting karma for keeping coming after you because they did too much. It was premeditated. This was not an accident. All of the things that they did were these dirty little mind games. Now we'll go through this. This stack is your outcome. But I know I'm going to start laughing. You'll have to forgive me. Your spirit team says some of you in your authentic self do not carry shame and guilt around your own sex appeal. Your own sense of sensuality. You could be sensual to your partner because you're making sugar cookies. And they like how when you're making sugar cookies that you'll take some vanilla extract and put it behind your ear while those cookies are baking, so that you smell really good. So they have something to enjoy in your presence with their olfactory. You smell so good, collective. You make me feel warm and gooey inside. So increase your sex appeal. Don't be afraid to do that. You embrace it. That brings peace of mind. You heighten your own passion and compassion for yourself. And I told you, I did that because I can smell it. I smell so good, right? You're thinking that thought to yourself. I told you what goes on the inside of you with your authentic self manifests outside there, even with your little son of a biscuit eater narcissist. This vibration will heighten your vigor. So tap into it, enjoy it. It's part of you. And that will literally, because it's in your thoughts, you know that's buttressing your sexual stamina. It's overcoming anxiety and restlessness that comes with, are we going to do that now? Are we going to have intimacy? Are we going to connect? Yeah, because everyone gets a little antsy. Antsy in cowboy boots. Before we play. Now then. Your good motives are seen. So along the way, continue to stop and smell the roses, even if they're petunias or daisies. Don't be picky. This person wants to learn love from you. So I picked that up from some of you. If you are interested in love and attracting, having love come to you instead of, oh, let's try the crapshoot again and see if I pick this person, if this one's going to work. That's why it doesn't work. If you allow love to come to you and you don't make it fit what you thought it was going to be before, just let love come to you naturally the way it's going to unfurl, because it's what you need, not what you want. What you want is your ego. Get your ego out of it. What you need, your heart and your gut, your solar plexus chakra. They're scanning it. And you're learning to trust what those chakras are telling you. This person over here wants to learn love from you. If this is your narcissist, they're telling you they want to learn love from you. No, they don't. They don't know what love is. If they can't love themselves in their own skin, they cannot love you. They just can't. Can't help, not my rules. This is universal law. It's part of the law of attraction. Go the way of truth. Be alert. You're nobody's fool. When they're using, teach me love, that's like the devil in the Witches of Eastwick to Alex. Teach me to love. I want to learn to love from you. That was the devil. This is the narcissist, how they use it. What they really mean is, what I'm telling you is a lie. It's a fraud. I do not want to learn love because I would have to be vulnerable. I would have to do work. I would have to change. And no, I'd just rather be this way. Yucky. Fraud, lies, dishonesty. This is the dirty little mind games. Falseness, self-deception. They're kidding themselves so that they feel that's how they pull the wool over your eyes. Their devilish tongue is a negative attitude dressed up in flowery language. And sentiment. Sentiment is evil. It keeps you stuck in the past so that you can't be in the here and now and attract what it is you need. That's devilish work that they're doing to keep you stuck. Zero responsibilities at work. None. They blame, twist everything so that they look brilliant. But now, you and your most authentic self, you opened your eyes. You do for your family. You don't put up with their weird, narcissistic, dirty little mind games, their intrigues, their deception, their lack of trust, because you don't want to be made a fool. And you know, for some of you, either morally, like their moral compass is broken, or maybe even in the real 3D world, something snaky, shady going on that could even be criminal. We don't want to speak anything over anybody, but it's a lot better that you pass a judgment on this person and send them to spiritual jail. How's their soul going to grow if they drop dead for doing too much to you? How's their soul going to grow if they get put in a real prison? They're just going to be an abject terror the whole time they're there. They're not going to be able to grow that soul. And that's not karma. That's them ruining their own destiny and creating a fate. An awful one. So see, we don't speak anything over them. No, we want them to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, and we white light them because they're going to need it for when they do get real karma from the divine. It's not real karma if something bad's happening to them in prison. Or horrific. No, you do not want to speak that over them. It's better to go the way we do this on Mirror Mirror and dealing with these people. Keep your heart open. You can't open their heart, but the work we do, you can crack it. And then they have to use their free will to start to grow. And that's the way to do it. That way makes God really happy instead of you going tit for tat, attacking them back because you're a human being. No. We do it differently on this channel. But some of them are in illegal activities that they think they have to do this to get by. Make it make sense. You're using your inner wisdom. And here's that attraction vibration I keep telling you about. You dive deep into your authentic self every single day. More and more, you're becoming your future version of yourself in that ultimate timeline tied to your soul purpose. This is to heighten your positive emotions to get you there. You're not Pollyanning it and kidding yourself and people pleasing anymore. Here's to the independence of your mind, collective. On Mirror, Mirror, do it this way, the way we're doing it. On Mirror, Mirror, we bring together in this soul tribe connection, a partnership, a marriage of minds and souls. We're a soul tribe, a soul family. We have a soul anyone that hits that subscribe button means you have a soul contract with me. And I have a soul contract with you. And I'm pleased about it. These are good agreements between us on Mirror, Mirror. Our soul tribe, we come together every day with steadiness. Each one of us is somebody. We are someone who moves in circles, in the right circles, energy-wise. Unconditional, non-judgmental love, so that everybody wins, even your narcissist. But not in the ways that they've been getting away with, because that was negative. That was nasty. Our soul family are cyclic. Our hearts are filled with steadiness in the heart space. We learn to identify liabilities as they come at us so that we can be secure in our self-confidence and work our way through whatever it is. A problem, let's say. We look at it in reality, and then we find something to put in the place of the negativity so we don't create a vacuum. We take something out that negative. We have to put positive energy in its place, or you'll create a vacuum and get a duck-billed platypus. The universe goes, give her a duck-billed platypus. Let's see her work that into her video. You stabilize your connections on Mirror, Mirror in your own skin and with your soul tribe. Your soul tribe is your spirit team that's all around you, your angels and ancestors. So we grow that. You've already got a good rapport with them, and on this channel we're going to grow that rapport. Strong bond between either you and another person. It could be a platonic or romantic. Or spirit entities, spirit guides, spirit team members. Learning about new spirit teams or angels that were on your team your whole life, but now you finally are introduced to them. Thank you, Holy Spirit. On this channel, we inspire others with our ideas that we share. When you leave a comment and you tell someone what it is that you're doing to get out of their dirty little mind games, hey, I'm going to do that. Thank you. And then you tell that person, thank you, I'm going to do that, and I'll let you know tomorrow how it went. And then they came back in the next day and said, it worked. Thank you so much for sharing. That's how we did it before. And you're not going to gamble something away, not your authentic self, not a thimbleful, not a grain of salt full, not a mustard seed full. If your cycle is interrupted, it could or may continue forever, is what Holy Spirit is saying. You have a choice to not let them keep doing this to you. If a cycle of your happiness and growth is interrupted, it could or may continue forever, because you're going back. If you keep going back to these old versions of yourself, especially if you closed that timeline, it's not there, you collapsed it. That's going to throw you off balance. in the here and now. It's going to knock your chakras out of alignment. You're going to have to put into alignment, or you stop attracting. You stop cold magnetizing your soul. Don't do that. Now this vibe for this 6, this, you celebrate your success and you purify in your heart space an area to receive love, qualities, and wisdom. You're stepping it up. You're leveling it up again. Faith and courage to love elegantly. Your heart space desire is to be able to love elegantly those that reciprocate and aren't toxic to you. For some of you, this is romantic stirrings. Symptoms will worsen after sundown. After resting, when you two are laying in the dark and thinking about each other and doing sweet things to each other with intimacy, that romantic stirring's gonna dive in deep once the sun goes down. Sometimes so do we. Are the children out of the room? Okay. Honor the self. Making love is honoring the self, oh, by the way. You're stimulating love, and it's a golden opportunity. Now, this is just for a sliver of some of you. You're being hidden from your high love relationship by a devil. This is and they'll use your narcissist, like get your narcissist to obsess on you so that now they're a hot mess and a handful so that you can't have that cute meet. Some of you actually are drawing in a person, a high soulmate, high level soulmate, where you were and the devil knows it, and he's like all ticked off. He had to come out of his summer vacation to come and take care of you because your narcissist failed in his little devil gonna want to get his due out of your narcissist because they didn't do the work for the devil. They really think they can future fake the devil that they swore their soul to if they could just have collective. Just let me have collective. Well, the devil, this devilist agent is your people around you are going to start coming in because their inner demons are being brought to the surface so that a bunch of people can come after you and keep you so gobsmacked playing dodgeball with you, and you're having dodgeball. Yeah, they're aiming for your head and stuff. They're going to hit you as hard as they can with that dodgeball. No, you see it coming. I'm not going out on the playground with you. How about that? You go sit over there on your dodgeball, squatting over your dodgeball, bouncing your dodgeball up against a brick wall, but I'm not coming out so that you can do that to me. But the devil agent who wants you knows that somebody out there is going to sweep you off your feet because you're a sweetheart. And so they're a little paranoid. They do not want you. You never need to meet your person. And they know it in their little... that's going to be your person. It's not them. To tick themselves off and wind themselves up, they say it's your person. And you're always rejecting me. And if you hadn't rejected me, how come you get your person? You're supposed to be my because there's something wrong with them. It just is. Their energy's all cocked up. Are the children out of the room? They're trying to cock block you moving forward and having the love that you deserve. So genuine, so sincere. You are love. You're the epitome of love. Follow a whimsy. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is tied to your inner child. When they throw their nasty crap du jour at you, your toxics, today you love to expect the unexpected. Bring it. Do it. Follow a whimsy to break character. Laugh. Belly laugh. Tickle your inner child. Laugh at an unforeseen event. That was pretty funny. That's called irony. It was irony. We got to put it up on the shelf with the other trophies for Goldie and Bronzy. It was irony. and today, using whimsy, do an about face in some unobserved direction. Just go for it. Be creative. This is a vibration and energy to celebrate and purify so that you can receive even more love. You are ready. Now this should be your outcome. Your heart chakra, some of you, all of you will achieve this where you turn your heart chakra into a portal that you use to process what's coming into you, or repel what does not come to you with unconditional love. So you give these biscuit eaters, you give them the chance to improve themselves, and you at least will hold a place for them in these timelines until you're told to cut them off. They've been given way too many chances, and without guilt and shame you can do that, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine. You're supposed to be pursuing your own destiny and not messing with them so much. Oh, and here you are as the Queen of Pentacles. I don't care what your gender is. You've got everything up. Your ducks are in alignment. All the wonderful books that you depend on your mystical bookshelf. You've got these mighty fine bookends. You've got everything contained. Everything's in its place. All energies are in constant motion and flow so that you are able to get so much done from now on. In my deck, using her mind, the Queen of Pentacles, this is my deck. I painted this deck. She says, I want it. And it walks over to her. If she wanted to see, I don't want to get stale, I'm going to go and apply for this job. And then they find out that someone at work is also had already applied for that job. And now they're a little bit concerned because you don't really want the job. You just want to go through the process and see if you're still sharp. And you do. You don't back down. You go through the interviews. And son of a gun, if you don't, they offer you the job. The person who wanted the job, you know. And with grace, you say, well, I understand that another person has applied for this job. And you tell them the truth. I did this just to see if I was still capable of going through the process. I did not do this to waste anyone's time. But I didn't expect to attract the job. So I will tell you, in my opinion, I will not take this job because I'm satisfied where I am. But so-and-so in my office, I suggest you pull up their resume and their contact letter, saying why they are the perfect person for the job. So if you would do me that favor, I will decline on accepting this position. But I know you'll do the right thing. You'll fill this position just fine. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, this fellow employee I can recommend, but that would be your decision as to if they fit the criteria. But in my opinion, this person fits that criteria just as well as I do, because we work at the same place. Got it? I want it. It comes to you. This is being your most authentic self. Tarot does not have a gender. And this is the power that you are building upon. And you get really strong and very capable of using it without guilt or shame. Celebrate your most authentic self and your ability to manifest to culmination. Your manifestation skills are remarkable. They bring you justice. No longer are you hiding your shine. You are shining bright. It's irritating all the demons and a lot of people around you, but so that's not your problem. Just because you irritate someone's demons doesn't give them the right to brutalize you and force you to dim your light and be less than what you are. You say, no, thank you. I'm going to shine. And I'm sorry if it irritates you, but that's on you. I am not dimming my light. That's you setting boundaries. You're not going to terrorize me, brutalize me, pick fights with me, ostracize me, punish me. No. Not anymore. Because your authentic self at one point will get really, really have a talk to you if you go back to these other versions. You throw everything that you're creating in the here and now, it goes akimbo. It can go askew. Stop it. You see eye to eye with yourself on the inside, with your most authentic self. Everything in the outside world, in the 3D low vibrational world, will start to sort itself out and become what you feel on the inside, you starting to express and feel in the outside world. Welcome to my channel. That's why we're called Mirror Mirror. There you are, the Empress. You already had the Emperor out here. This is you. You hold it all together. The wisdom of the divine feminine who is receptive to receiving what it is that she deserves and desires in love. Love coming to her unfurls appropriately. This is love for yourself in your own skin. Then you take action on really loving yourself through the divine masculine energy of the Emperor. Each of you in the feminine and the masculine, each of these avatars, they express, I'd call it a sacred union. In your own skin, this balancing out. The Empress never takes action. If you're in your wisdom, you're taking action, that's not wise. He comes to her and says, this is what we need to do. He hands whatever it is to her. She puts her 2 cents into it. The Empress, her wisdom. Then she hands it back to him. Gives it back to him so he can take action on what her 2 cents she put in there. And he can achieve that goal. Well, this is what you're doing in your own skin by loving yourself thoroughly. Well done, Collective. Now then. No. Why do you need to be aware of any sort of dirty mind games? If you stay with them, you set up structures to buttress your needs. You're the priority. They will fit into play. They'll complain, but you don't care. It's none of their business. They're going to try to force to make all this their business. Nope. You buttress your needs and you meet your needs. Nope. No pearl before a toxic swine. Be prepared. Look out for yourself. Be wary. Use your discernment. But don't be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. If you insist on staying with your narcissist, don't believe a word that they say for real. I mean it. Humor them. Just listen attentively to everything that your biscuit eater says and just gray rock it. You Google what gray rock is, and you see what gray rock is, the technique. And then you figure out how you're going to use gray rock. Because we're not cookie cutters here, like gingerbread narcissists. How are you going to use gray rock? Just gray rock it, and you're kind of like, you made a valid statement. Yes, I heard that statement, right? But you're not adding any agency to it. You're kind of, it looks to them like you are agreeing with everything they're saying. Like, hey, this means I'm really good at being toxic and superior to collective. But let it slide, whatever they're doing. As if everything is damn fino, business as usual. And if you stay, can't go no contact yet. Be prepared to line up future sources of narcissistic supply, because you will not be the main go-to person, because you're exquisite supply to them, especially if you live in the same house with them or married to them. Yeah. If you were their only source, that's where you're in danger. You're going to like, why don't you go over and do da-da-da-da now? Something that they really like to. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'll do that, because what you're directing them to is whatever's feeding their false identity that they have to match what they think they are. I know that sounded funny, but whatever they why don't you go and watch? Why don't you go and watch, that really good James Bond movie where the guy that plays Hannibal Lecter was the supervillain with a wonky eye, because he was a vicious supervillain. See? Yeah. Something that they can aspire to be with a wonky eye. What is it? Mads Nicholson? He's the sexy Hannibal Lecter, but I thought the first one was scary. If you, it's harder to be prissy and pull crap on you this way. You show up in the proper way. Be endlessly patient and accommodate without sacrificing your self-respect or dignity, or you don't do anything at all for them. To secure your inner peace and stability, and then you go and do you. Lots of dirty games narcissists play. They know you're fed up. They're counting on it. That's what they're going to poke the bear in those sore spots of you, to see if they can get a rise to get some supply on you. Gin up some exotic supply from you. Whip it up here. Your crafty narcissists are bully. They're very crafty. And so they're pulling lots of dirty mind games. And they are looking for any indicator to prove that they gotcha. So you keep all that. You don't ever give them the reaction. They want a reaction out of you not getting one. Because you're not. It's more fun for me that way. It helps me secure my self-respect and integrity. They know that you'll fed up. You have a divine birthright to maintain your inner peace. Your narcissist is hell-bent on ruining your day using this low drama, life-altering technique, these mind games that they think they're so KAT cat smart, to get you to submit to their ridiculous, endless list of desires to mess with you, to make you feel insecure, to throw you off balance, to confuse you. You are in a competition if you know it or not. You didn't sign up for this. Remember that. You didn't sign up for this. Tell them, I didn't sign up for this. Nice try. And you go that way. Or you're going to have to do better. I'm going over here now. And if you interrupt me, I'm going to set a boundary with you. Oh, no, I'm not going to interrupt you. Because it works. You sit there and take it. You tell them, I take action. I'm going to start naming some boundaries to maintain. Yeah, and they're going to have to do it. Or they can't have access to you. You will repel them. Narcissist is toxically driven, no matter the reason. In my opinion, they will gladly cook up some degree of hissy fit or tantrum, just whip up some tears. On an average of about once a week, they have to gin something up. But that's been my experience. That's what mine has been doing for 39 years of just the marriage, but I've known him for 43. He did it when we were dating. The humility. I nipped that first humility ritual in the bud. Trap me in a car with you, be all nice for the first 15 minutes like we're on a date, and then start laying into me for viciously. And I can't get out of the car because, I don't get in a car with him since the second year of our marriage, and we've been married for 39 years. If there's someone else in the car, he won't do that. But if we're alone, that's a humility ritual, trapping you, degrading you, attacking you verbally, tearing you to shreds. But you tore me to shreds. You've never torn them to shreds. They're lying. They're projecting. They tear you to shreds all the time. Because they do. Okay, now. Hold on, let me get over here. They told me to take my book with me. Okay. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. In myself I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from deadly pestilence. Sure He will, but He's going to incite you to what you can do for yourself with your most authentic self. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His fruitfulness will be your shield and your rampart. I say this prayer in Jesus' name, amen. Everyone here, whatever your affiliation is or isn't, before we had atheists. We had a bunch of atheists on Auntie Gray Rock. And we were told, do not judge. If I hear that any one of you soul tribe members were telling the atheist, a fellow soul tribe member, that they're going to burn in hell because they're an atheist. We don't do spiritual arrogance on my channel. Well, all I know is so did we do it? Oh, I think this by far is the best. I'll still keep trying to edit it down. I'm just going to keep working it for what the format's going to be. This is our third video. I'm not going to worry about it. But I'm so happy. So if this video has resonated with you, collective, hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe. So that can really help out with the algorithms. And if you don't realize that I did have another channel called Auntie Grayrock is what that little angel is. You can still go to AuntieGrayrock.com, and that will take you to this new channel called Mirror Mirror, where you harness the art of self-love to become the most authentic self to embrace, so you can outsmart a bully, an enemy, or a narcissist without breaking into a sweat. Well, that's all I got for you for today, so you go out there and you have a really great day.